The title says it all. Will I get anything for my birthday this year? Why am I saying this? Because there's a story behind what happened last year that you would not believe. Welcome to a new segment we're calling Storytime with the Adventurous Joe. Let's get started. Welcome to Storytime with the Adventurous Joe. I'm your host as always, the Adventurous Joe himself, Joseph Michaels. Now, the reason why the title of this video is Will I Get Anything for My Birthday This Year is because last year was a complete disaster. My 45th birthday was occurring and stuff, and my dad had all these plans made and stuff. And this was before he decided he was going to be living down in Georgia for the rest of his life. Okay? He was going to be going down to Georgia to celebrate with my older sister for her birthday, because our birthdays both fall on December the 15th. So she and I were, when I first went down to Georgia in 2021, December, she and I celebrated our birthdays together and stuff. Well, now 2022 comes along, and the beginning of December, my dad's got all these big plans in store. His exact words was, he's gonna make me a birthday cake. My older brother Pat is gonna take me out for my birthday and stuff, and go have a nice birthday dinner and all that kind of stuff. And then when I come home, can have some of my birthday cake, and so on and so forth. Okay, all this was planned out. Because then after that, he was going to be taking a flight down to Georgia to spend the holidays with my older sister. Okay? And that all went to hell the week beforehand. Because right around that weekend, my Uncle Bill showed up. He was supposed to, him and my dad played poker together all the time. And he was supposed to be having one last poker game with him and stuff. Well, that didn't happen. Because that morning, my dad got up out of bed, feeling like crap, and he literally was sitting at his desk. And he looked like he had been run over by a freight train. I told him, let's get you into the shower, get you cleaned up and stuff, and you can come out here and sit down on the couch afterwards and stuff. And I figured, okay, after the shower, he started to feel better and everything. I asked him if he wanted anything. He said, yeah, he wants a cup of coffee. My uncle kept asking him. And if any of my friends, like Sleeping Collectibles, Dave's Dimension, and all them, they all know my dad is stubborn as hell. Okay? My dad is stubborn as hell. And take two. Now, if you're any of my friends or any of our family, they all know my dad is stubborn. And I mean, he is stubborn. You don't know how many times when he was suddenly sick and stuff, and my mom told him to go to the hospital if need to be. Go to the doctor. He kept telling her, I don't need to see a doctor. I don't need to go to a hospital. And so on and so on and so on. You know? Okay? So, trying to move this man to get him to go to the hospital was like saying, just handcuff yourself to him and drag him if need be. But that don't work. So, my dad's sitting on the couch talking to my uncle and everything, and he says, again to him, are you sure you don't want to go to the hospital? He come out and he said to him, Bill, I'm fine. I don't need to go to the hospital and stuff. I'm perfectly fine. He says, I'm just a little tired. And yeah, my dad was having trouble sleeping a lot and stuff like that. Okay. Now, here's the thing. My uncle was here for a good 2 or 3 hours. Okay. before my dad decided, you know, he's okay. Okay, my uncle took it that way, and he left. Okay, then after that, my dad says he's gonna go lay down for a while. I says, okay, all right. I says, are you sure you don't want to go to the hospital? And he says, no, I'm fine. He says, I just need some sleep. I was like, okay. Well, the minute he went down, okay, everything kicked in. Because we didn't know it at the time. But he had walking pneumonia. Okay? And when my older sister called and found out what had happened and stuff like that, there was not like any kind of nice talking and stuff. It was basically her screaming my head off. Literally wanting to rip my head off. Okay? And she calls our family friend Amy. Then she called my older brother Pat. Okay? Both of which came over here and stuff. And my older brother, just like I know, just like everyone else pretty much knows, Dad is stubborn. Our dad is stubborn. He is not going to want to go to a hospital if he don't think he needs to go to a hospital. But even my older brother, Pat, said the same thing. Okay, that this man never gets sick. He never gets sick. All the times us kids have gotten sick in the family, mom's gotten sick or something, he never gets sick. Well, lo and behold, there's a first for everything, apparently. Because when this happened, Dad had to go, they called in the paramedics. Paramedics had come and stuff like that. And, well, a lot of shit happened. To the point that my older sister wasn't talking to me. She didn't call me at all about anything. And our youngest brother, Donnie, came down from Florida, came up from Florida, and had to take time away from his work and stuff, and come up here to make sure Dad's going to be back on his feet again and everything else in between. And this whole thing culminated to the point that I felt alone. I literally felt alone in everything. I felt like my older sister hated me. I felt like everyone else was going to turn on me. I felt like my dad was probably pissed off about things and stuff, and I was just like, I didn't know what to do. And when my birthday did come, I didn't get nothing from my older sister. I didn't get no birthday dinner out of the house and stuff. All I got was a knock at the door, and it was our family friend Amy. She came, her daughter was dropping off something at the door for me, and it was a gift from my niece and nephew down in Georgia, which is my older sister Kelly's kids. No, nothing from anyone else. The only other birthday gift I got was from my BFF, my longtime BFF, Tara Babcock. I got nothing. No birthday cake. No nothing. And right then and there, I wanted to cry. I wanted to burst out in tears and stuff, thinking that, you know, what did I do wrong? Maybe I should have forced Dad to go to the hospital and not just fucking play around on the shit. And sorry about the cussing, but you're gonna hear it. The point is, I started to feel very depressed. My teammates for Overwatch 2, we were involved in the Winter Wonderland stuff that was going on and everything. My teammates knew I couldn't play. I was doing piss poor playing the game. And they said, take a couple days, Try and get yourself together. You know, we need you on this. Okay, all right, all right. I couldn't perform my work. I couldn't do anything. I just felt depressed. I felt lost and depressed. And whenever I felt that way about things, I would talk to my mom. Well, kind of hard to do something like that when your mom's gone. But even at Christmas time, the only present I got from anyone was from my niece and nephew. That was it. And right then and there, right in my own head, I started thinking, my older sister hates my guts. Everyone probably hates my guts for not doing something about Dad. All I got to say is that nowadays, it's changed. A lot of things have changed. You know, my older sister and I don't talk on the phone anymore and stuff. Not since that last conversation of all things, but we talk I talk to her once in a while through Messenger. I call Dad whenever I need a little help on something, like if I'm making a dish of some kind, and it's something that he always made, that, you know, I'm trying to learn it from his perspective, how he did it and stuff, and go from there. The point is, you don't want to feel alone. You don't want to feel like you've done something terribly wrong and that everyone hates you for it. But deep down, like I said, I mean, my older brother said the same thing. What could I do? What could I do? Dad don't want to go nowhere and stuff. Donnie was the same way, our youngest brother. He said the same thing. What can I do? We all know our dad's stubborn as hell. And it ain't gonna do nothing to get all upset or depressed and everything else in between. But when you're a person that goes through anxiety disorder and all that kind of stuff, you have trouble trying to maintain that focus. And once I got my focus back, I started just focusing on everything else. I says, my birthday's gone and past, Christmas is done and over with, going into the new year, I'm just gonna enjoy my life while I got it. Getting it over with. Do whatever I gotta do. I celebrated my New Year's alone with some pizza, from Pizza Hut, and watching my friend Andy. My friend, his character name is Andy, but his real name is Derek. Okay, but from Stitched Together Pictures. Okay, and I was just holding a marathon, watching all of his videos from 2022, and just trying to laugh, enjoy myself, wondering what's going to come next. And then it was right around March. My dad announced that March of this year, he announced that he's going to be living down in Georgia. And I'm just like, well, I had a feeling it was coming. I wasn't too shocked. I wasn't too surprised. But at the same time, it was just like, now I'm truly alone. Now I am truly alone. My dad won't be living here anymore with me. My aunt and uncle will show up once in a while to, whenever I need to go to the store or the post office or something, or they'll bring me some groceries if I need them. See, this is the thing with plans. Don't make them in advance. Just because you make them in advance doesn't mean something ain't gonna go wrong in between here or there. I love my dad, and it would have killed me had he not made it to the hospital because of this shit. Yeah, I freaking effed up. I fucked up. I'm just gonna come around and say it. I fucked up. My uncle and I pushed it over and over again to get him to go to the hospital. But I should have just told him, you're going to the hospital. Even if I got to call Pat to get over here and get you to the go to the hospital, I will make you go to that hospital. Maybe then my older sister wouldn't have been hating me. And I got news for you. Deep down, I believe she hates me still. For that day. That's just life. Just like my first Thanksgiving I had. Alone. Made my own turkey. My first ever turkey and everything else in between. I did alright. But it's the thing of there's people like me out there that suffer from loneliness and depression. Social anxiety disorders keep them from wanting to talk to people in person or go out to places. And it's a tough life. But here's how it goes. You don't want to just dwell on the past. What happened is happened. Move on. And that's how it goes now. I'm just moving along. I don't get nothing for my birthday or Christmas this year from anyone. Then who cares? You know? Who cares? It's not going to be a big deal anymore. I don't want to make it that kind of way, and I try to do everything myself. If need be, I'll buy my own Christmas gifts and shit. It won't feel the same. It won't be the same. But that's just how life goes. When your family moves on in life, doesn't matter if they're alive or dead. You cannot just sit back and go, I give up. When deep down you know you can't give up. You gotta keep moving forward. Pick yourself up. Dust yourself off. Do a little of the off the shoulder. And then move on. Keep moving forward. Don't look back. Keep moving forward. Many things that I've learned over this year. Since that year. And some of those things, yeah, I still have a little little difficulties here and there, but guess what? Like I told my friend Chris during that interview and stuff, I'm moving on in life. I'm continuing to get my channel to grow much better, way better than it ever was. And I've got such a supportive community now of friends in the comic books community, Funko Pop community, Star Wars community, any of those communities lately, I have gotten so many great friends out of. And I am grateful for every last one of them. But anyways, that's how it goes, adventurous ones. Life, it can kick you when you're down. But the thing is, you gotta pick yourself up, dust off, and move forward. Now, hopefully, one day, I'll be able to say to my older sister, I'm sorry. I should have did something a lot sooner than just listening to our stubborn father. Oh well. That's life. You go through it day by day, night by night. month by month, year by year. Whether you live through it or you don't. The choice is up to you to keep moving forward. Don't look back. Don't look in the past and just dwell on that. A lot of people do that these days, and that's great. That creates toxicity. That creates the toxic environment people don't want to be in. Some people want to stay in the past. Let them stay there. Me, I will be moving forward to either a better tomorrow or a terrible disaster. Either way, life is life, and I will continue to live it. So that's it, Adventurous Ones. That's it for this little story time segment. I'll have another one pretty soon. Nothing too depressing like this. No, I got some stuff I could tell you all in story time. But story time with the Adventurous Joe just isn't going to be about me talking about things in my life and stuff. I have got Christmas stories I'm going to be telling everybody or reading to everybody. I used to do these on my when I had the kids channel and stuff like that I was doing, the Adventurous Kids channel. And it didn't really go anywhere and stuff because of YouTube's algorithms and everything else in between. But I got a feeling if I do a little reading of a Christmas story here on my channel, I got a feeling it's going to take off a little better. And plus, there's a lot of parents out there and stuff that, love hearing a nice story and everything in between it. And, for their kids. Nothing that you want to be swearing over and everything else in between. There's a time and a place for those things. But like I said, this is a new direction for the Adventurous Joe's channel. We are not just going to stick with things in the past and stuff. We're not just doing toy reviews, video, and so on. Yeah, we're going to be doing more than we used to do. But we're going to do it the right way. We're not going to just jump on that bandwagon of saying, oh, let's create this new thing. Let's do this new thing. And then it gets overwhelming and probably disastrous. No. That's why the Adventurous Joe is going forward, even in 2024 to come. We're going to have more new content, more exciting new stuff to happen. And you never know, as the channel grows, maybe even more giveaway stuff to do. Spin Master's already reached out to me and said that they're happy that the person that won the Flash movie set of stuff, the Batwing, the Bat Cycle, and so on and so forth, they were happy with the results of it. And if I want to do it again, they would gladly like to participate in helping me with that. So you never know what's on the horizon unless you keep moving forward and trying, right? So until the next one, my Adventurous Ones, peace out. May the Force be with all of you. And all of you out there. Have a safe and lovely, beautiful week, month, and holidays out there. Because you never know where life will end, and you don't want to have regrets when it does. Till that time, I will see you in the next one.